Hi, I'm Lea Brovedani, the trust architect, with my good friend and colleague Glynis E. Devine, who is the chief juicer who squeezes the most out of every single day. Glynis and I are both professional speakers, and we met at an actual CAPS event, and CAPS is the Canadian Association of Professional Speakers. And we talked about the work that we did and the work that captured our heart. And both of us talked about having a dream of having a women's retreat. And it came to pass.
In a warm, tropical, luxurious place with great food. And it all came to pass.
It was at the beautiful Zen Oasis in Punta Cana. It's a Club Med resort, but the Zen Oasis is the adults only facility. And it is luxurious, absolutely beautiful and brilliant. So Glynis and I talked about the work that we wanted to do, and we created this retreat. We had our first one in November, and it was beyond my expectations. How did you feel, Glynis?
Oh my golly, chock full. And when Lee and I sat down to map it out, we started with the why. Why are people going to go? What do they want to do while they're there? And we had a nice blend of quiet time for reflection as well as active time. We positioned it as an expert-led, peer-supported retreat.
You know, we've got some of the promises that we sat down and said, what do we want to promise people that we will say, this is what we're going to make sure you get. I think we should just maybe go to the website, Glynis, and so people can we'll just go through them really quickly.
Absolutely. Okay.
People can expect.
So this is taken straight from yoursouljourneyretreat.com. It's right up at the top, and I click the program button, and what it comes up with is what you can expect. And it says through exploration, and that's together and alone individually, journaling, because there was plenty of time for reflection, and various exercises, and we had tons that Lee and I specially chose to be a part of this. You will plan where to go and leave with a roadmap of how to get the loving, passionate, and fulfilling life you want to live. So we went through a couple of promises. One was get clear on exactly what's holding you back. So whether that was intrinsic or extrinsic, it was identifying it and coming up with solutions to overcome it. Understand the particulars about who you are, what you want, what you already have, so taking inventory, and how you can have more without giving up the things that you already love. So real true balance, having lots of the things that fill up your cup and the fewest possible that empty our cup. The next one on our list was practicing mindfulness, and we incorporated that into every day that we were away. Mindfulness so that you become aware of what is true in this moment, in every moment, and learning how to become unconditionally present. You know, one of the things that Lee brought to the table was all her expertise in terms of meditation, and she'll share that with you. One of the things I found really difficult before the retreat was stilling my mind to meditate. And I thought, 20 minutes, I can't get through 20 seconds and not have my mind bounce to something else. And so that was a huge exercise for me. And I have to thank you, Lee. Lee and I spent 3 days together hammering out the curriculum and trying out each of the exercises that we were going to do on one another so that we were rock solid in what we were offering in terms of programming. And that was invaluable. So thank you for that, Lee. And our last one was learning how to use mindfulness as a tool that you could use over and over and over again, long after you've left your soul journey, to remain and become more grateful and more calm every day. And we finished it off by saying, learn the tips to create a heart-filled, authentic, powerful feeling every morning, not just while you're away, but for the rest of your life.
Yeah, big, you know, those were big, important promises. And
our participants said we delivered.
Yeah. But what I want you to do is to go on the website, yoursouljourneyretreat.com. There's also a video that we did because we talked to some of the participants who finished the last soul journey. And we just said, tell us how it was for you. And we have, you know, what they said, you and I think were just so sitting in gratitude, because everyone who came to the retreat showed up, did the work, and left with so much. And with them leaving with as much as they did, we were filled up too. I mean, there was just this feeling of gratitude all the way around.
And there was a wonderful magic that happened. We'd love to have a less airy-fairy word, but it was nothing short of magic. Everybody came, and Lee and I knew a number of the participants, some very well, some not so well. And so we didn't know a lot of their stories. And truth is, we didn't know a lot of their internal messages. And in fact, the participants in some instances didn't necessarily identify some of those internal messages. And the magic, and this was wholly in part to the participants, was that we created a safe space that was trust-filled, respect-filled, support-filled, so that when people left, they really felt they had soul sisters for life.
Yeah, absolutely.
We heard that over and over again.
You to join us. I felt like I was doing a recruiting poster but no, we do sincerely, we want you to join us and check us out. Go on the website. It gives you our phone numbers. If you have questions, please give us a call. Ask us whatever questions you want. I will answer them as honestly as I will give you every bit of information, good, bad, everything, so that you can make an informed decision and join us April 22nd to the 29th down in Punta Cana at the beautiful Zen Oasis. Go to yoursouljourneyretreat.com. Glynis, have you got anything to add?
I was simply going to say, you bring up a very valid point, Lee, and that is this retreat isn't for everybody. What was magical about the retreat is that everybody who came was willing to work on them, was willing to grow. And with the humblest of hearts, let me say that we are all at different points along the journey. And if this is not for you, this is not for you. But if it is, wow, we sure want you to have the opportunity to come with us and grow as abundantly as all of us did when we went in the fall. April 22nd to 29th, yoursouljourneyretreat.com.
Thanks, Glynis.
Thanks, Lee.
Bye.